Hi friends, in this video we are going to see how to install Visual Studio Code, which is required for to execute, to have the Terraform codes and execute from here. So for this, we can use multiple IDEs which is available in the market, but Visual Studio Code, this one is free. We can use this. We have also Terraform plugins for this particular IDE, and I'm using it. There's one more IDE called IntelliJ IDEA, so I'll put a separate video for that. So both are almost same. Both will be good, both as Terraform plugin. So whichever is comfortable for you, you can start using it. So I have seen in most of the places they use both these IDEs. So real-time production, so you can go any one of the tools, so that you can practice in this tool itself, because it will be easy for you in the future if you if you're trying to start your career with DevOps or Terraform, AWS, something. So let's start with the video. So go to the Google and search for the Visual Studio Code download. It will be navigated to this link. So I am going to install it in Windows. I have a 64-bit operating system, and there are three parts. You can download any one of these: user installer or system installer, or the zip file, then extract it and then install it. So I'm going with the system installer for Windows 64-bit. I clicked it for download, so it must be getting downloaded shortly. So it is getting downloaded. The download is complete now. Let me open the file. All right, so I accept. Next. So all these values can be default. Nothing much to change. All right, so the path is already added by default from the software itself. So click install. So it is getting installed right now. So it will take some time. The software is getting installed. It's complete now. Hit finish. You can launch the Visual Studio Code. It's getting launched. It got launched. So the first step, what we are going to do is, there is something called we are going to install the plugin. So if you see in the left pane, the bottom icon which says extensions, that is where we find all the plugins available for this Visual Studio Code. So since we are going to use this for Terraform, so I'll do a search on the available Terraform plugins. All right, so let's do a search for Terraform. Type Terraform and enter. So you'll see list of all plugins that are available for Terraform. So you can also see plugins related to Azure, Terraform, everything. Since I'm going to go with for AWS, so I'm installing the first one. You can click the green color install button. It will get installed. So it's up to you, what are the plugins you will need, but for me these two are enough. So the main reason for which we are using these plugins is to highlight the syntax errors, and as well as help us at the code, while typing the code, it will help in auto completing certain part of the code. So that is why we install this Terraform plugins. It will be very useful. So also this is one of the third party the plugin. Basically the two plugins which I installed is more than enough, but if you want more, you can also try installing the other plugins. But installing too many plugins also will cause the results to clash with each other, so it is better like to have it limited. So I have added the plugins right now, install the plugins right now. So what I'm going to do right now is go to the terminal. All right, so I'm just if you can list the directory in which you are present. So my agenda here would be like to create a directory so that I can create I can store all my Terraform codes in a single directory. So in this case I'll create a directory to store all my Terraform scripts. So I'll name something like Terraform. I did it. So I'm switching to the directory which I created. I'm going to do right now is I'm going to check the Terraform version from the Visual Studio Code. Earlier we checked it only in the command prompt, not from here. So we have installed it. So I have checked the Terraform version. Similarly, I'm also going to check the version of AWS CLI. Alright. So we are able to get the basically this means like both our Terraform and the AWS CLI commands are working fine from the Visual Studio Code. Now the next step is I need to configure a username which will communicate from the AWS management console to the Terraform and vice versa. So for that, like we will need to create a user in your AWS account. So this is the command which we use to configure Terraform along with our AWS console. So at first point, I'll log into the AWS management console. Basically, I'll create a username and you'll give sufficient permissions to create all the resources for that user, and I'll get the access key and secret key of that particular user, and I'll input those details in the AWS configure command. In this way it means like the Terraform is able to communicate with our AWS management console. So I have logged into my AWS management console right now. Now I'm going to the IAM service where I'll be able to create a user. Okay, so in the left pane you can see all the things like groups, users, roles and all. So our purpose here is to like create a user. So I'll create a user, click users. Okay, click add user at the top. Now give any random username which you wish to have. And there are two access with respect to this user. The difference is like programmatic access will give the access to this user only to issue the AWS CLI commands, nothing to the GUI. But when you click the select the AWS management console access as well, so this user will be able to log in just like your root ID. So that will be helpful. So you have both the options enabled. I'll tell you why it will be useful. So when you select the AWS management console access, say suppose in case when you run the Terraform code and it says some permission issues, so in that case like if you have the console access, you can able to manually log in with that particular user and create the resource whichever you are trying to create using Terraform. So in that way, like you will be able to confirm what permission issues that particular user is having. If it is really a permission issue or something to do with the Terraform itself. So that way it will be helpful to understand about the AWS management. Next one is the password. So you can enable the auto generated password or the custom password. The difference is being custom password, we have to input a password for this user so that the user logs in next the first time he will change the password. Auto generated password, it is automatically generated by the AWS. So I'm going to choose the custom password So it says like user must recreate new password and the next sign in. That's what it says. So I'll click next permissions. I will want to add some permissions to this user. Alright, so there are three ways to add permissions to this user. One is to add user to an existing group. In that case, like group will have all the policies permissions attached to it. So when a user gets added to that particular group, all the permissions which that group has will be passed on to the user. The other way is to copy permission from an existing user. So I do not want to do it. The third one is the attach existing policy directly. So this will be a better option for now, so that you will also be able to learn how to assign permissions to an user. So I'm going to choose attach existing policies directly, and if you see, you will be able to see the various types of access levels. So I'm going to give full administrative access to this user, because it is going to create the entire infrastructure for us. So right, so give next tags. I mean, this is just for reference purpose. I mean, you can give whatever you wish. All right, click next review, and you can view, I mean, overview what are the things we have done to this particular user. This IAM change user password policy has been automatically assigned by the AWS to this user, so that the user is able to reset the password, and the next time, for the first time or next time when he is able to, I mean, log in. All right, so hit create user. So the user is created now. So you can see the access key and the secret access key. So you will be able to download this Excel file only once, which will contain both your access key and the secret key. You also have option to send email as well, but like it's better to download this file and save it. If you lose it, then you will have to recreate the access key and secret key. Then again you have to come and configure here. So now what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to copy this access key. We've already issued the AWS configure command, so it is asking me for the access key. I gave it. So now I'm copying the secret key, so it's asking for secret access key. I have given it. So the next one it is asking is for region, default region. So I want to use US West 1. Next is the default output format. I mean, you can leave it as blank or you can give JSON, so that is fine. That's it. So now we'll want to check like if our Terraform is able to communicate with the AWS management console. So I issued the command AWS S3 ls, which lists all the S3 buckets from my console. I already have a bucket there, so it is listing out there. So now it is understood that like our Terraform from Visual Studio Code is able to communicate with the AWS management console. So whatever Terraform code you are writing here and going to initialize it and plan apply it, it's going to get applied to the our AWS management console. And this is what I wanted to show you in this video. Please put your comments below the video so that I will be able to improve next time. Thank you. Please do subscribe.